Wild boars, fast, fierce, and unstoppable. In only 4 weeks, they turned peaceful farmland into a disaster zone. They trampled crops, dug up roots, and ripped through over 3 hectares like it was nothing. The damage? Thousands of dollars lost. For the farmers, this wasn't an inconvenience. It was a crisis. They needed help, and they needed it fast. This wasn't going to be a simple hunt. No quiet wait and shoot in the woods. This was war. And the battlefield? A thick, unforgiving swamp deep in Louisiana. So we armed ourselves, rifles, traps, and airboat, and headed straight into the heart of it. Every step was risky. Every sound could mean danger. But we had one goal: stop the boars before they destroyed everything in their path. What came next? Non-stop action, sudden attacks, sharp decisions, and some of the most heart-pounding moments we've ever experienced. And it all started here. The destruction was out of control. Crops flattened, fences torn apart. We couldn't wait any longer. Our team got together fast, ready to face the problem head-on. Earlier, we had placed an automatic feeder deep in the swamp. It gave off a strong scent, exactly what wild boars love. We hoped it would work, and it did. Soon enough, the first few started to show. They came in slowly at first, sniffing the air, moving cautiously. But once one of them stepped forward, the rest followed. More and more emerged, lured by the smell of easy food. I stayed low, hidden behind thick brush, my eyes locked on the biggest one. My heart pounded, but my hands stayed steady. It got closer. Just a few steps more. I raised my rifle, took a breath, and pulled the trigger. The sound cracked through the swamp. The boar dropped instantly. A perfect shot. No struggle, no noise. That one moment felt like a small victory in a much bigger fight. We had barely settled into our new position when movement caught our eyes. 2 smaller boars stepped onto the trail, sniffing the ground. Unaware they were walking straight into our sights. Their size didn't fool us. Small doesn't mean harmless when it comes to wild boars. These animals grow fast. In a matter of months, they become large, aggressive, and nearly impossible to stop. More importantly, they breed at an insane rate. One sow can birth up to a dozen piglets. Leave 2 alive today, face 50 in a few weeks. There was no room for hesitation. We raised our rifles. In one smooth motion, 2 clean shots. Both boars dropped instantly. It felt brutal, but it was necessary. In this kind of battle, even mercy comes at a cost. Every second we wait, every boar we spare, only adds to the destruction. That's why we don't wait, we act. Wild boars have one weakness: food. Their hunger takes over everything. Eyes down, heads buried in the dirt, they don't notice anything else. That gave us the advantage. We had set our positions earlier, blending into the surroundings. No sudden moves, no noise, just patience. Then it happened. A large boar walked right into the open, completely unaware. I stayed calm, raised my rifle, and took the shot. The loud crack echoed through the swamp. It dropped instantly. While I kept watch, Eric noticed another one nearby. He didn't rush. He tracked it slowly through the thick brush, matching every step with silence. Then he stopped, took a deep breath, and fired. Another clean takedown. By the end of that session, we had multiple boars down. The traps worked, the plan worked, and the swamp, it was starting to feel like ours again. The first day ended strong, but we knew the job wasn't over. So we geared up and returned early the next morning. The air was thick, quiet, perfect for a second round. As we approached the swamp, I noticed shadows moving through the trees. Boars. I dropped low, taking slow steps through the wet ground. Every footstep had to be silent. I spotted the leader, bigger than the rest, sniffing around. I raised my rifle, took a deep breath, and fired. A clean hit. The others panicked. One bolted left. I tracked it, adjusted quickly, and fired again. It dropped. Another froze for a second too long. Boom. Third one down. All of that happened in under a minute. The rush, still fresh. No matter how many times you take that shot, the feeling hits hard every time. It's not just the hunt, it's the moment you win. Suddenly, the silence broke. Our hunting dogs began barking loud and sharp. Their noses caught the scent, and they took off like rockets through the brush. We followed close behind, hearts racing. Alba stayed focused, eyes locked on the direction the dogs were heading. Then, through the thick trees, we spotted it, a large wild boar charging through the undergrowth. Alba didn't wait. He moved fast, closing the distance. The boar turned, confused by the barking, but it was too late. Alba aimed carefully, pulled the trigger, and landed a perfect hit. The boar dropped instantly. Not far away, Cain was ready. Another boar wandered into view, unaware of the danger. Calm and steady, Cain raised his rifle. One clean shot, and the animal dropped without a sound. Before we could even catch our breath, another one appeared. Cain acted again, quick, smooth, flawless. 2 kills in under 5 minutes. The dogs were still restless, sniffing for more. The hunt wasn't over yet. We had dominated the open fields, but this swamp was a different beast. The deeper we went, the more unforgiving it got. Thick mud clung like cement, grass scratched our arms, and every step tested our balance. No margin for error. We needed backup. Hank Swamp King Turner led the charge, his face like stone, eyes locked on the horizon. The airboat roared, skimming water and reeds like a predator. When we reached the heart of the swamp, we built the perfect trap, a hidden cage set with bait and tension triggers. Then, silence. Breath held. Every leaf twitch mattered. Then, crack. A monster boar appeared. One step, snap. The trap slammed shut. One shot echoed. It dropped. But that was only round 1. The swamp gave us one of the toughest hunts we've ever faced. Mud, heat, and danger at every turn. But with skill, patience, and teamwork, we turned the tide. This isn't just a hunt, it's a mission to protect our land. And every boar we stop brings peace back to these farms. Like and subscribe us for more wild hunts. You've never seen anything like what's coming.